Welcome to another episode of Amy on Two Wheels. Rather than going on a big adventure out there today, we're just going for a little bang around in the Australian bush on my trusty motorcycle, my Yamaha AG bike. It's an AG125, just a little baby. This bike might not look like much, but I love it. This is largely what I learnt to ride on. And it is absolutely wonderful at what it does. Most people that I've heard have opinions about this bike have absolutely loved it. And the only people that I've ever heard say bad things about this bike are the ones that expect it to do something that it's not actually designed to do. It's an ag bike. It's for chasing sheep around in your field. It's for farmers. It's for people carrying heavy loads. It's a little grunter. It goes slow, but it goes bloody consistent. And so far, I haven't found a thing that it can't do. I have traversed some rather tricky and trying terrain on this bike, and it hasn't even skipped a beat. It's slow, it's steady, it's reliable, and it's a lot of fun. So come for a little bash around. Okay, we don't need to, but let's just do a clutch start. Woohoo! Okay, so you guys know I'm normally fully geared up, but I'm just having a little play around kind of at home right now in the supposed safety of my backyard, because I got a new helmet, which means a new camera and mic setup, and I just want to test it to make sure it works. And I just thought, I'll take you guys with me. So this bike is just a little 125. Let's see if we can get it. Yeah! And though just a baby, or maybe because it's just a baby, it's a really awesome way to learn how to ride. A lot of my learning I did on this bike. I'm lucky enough, obviously, to live somewhere where I can just practice riding around on a bike like this. So that's exactly what I did. I just rode it round and round and got it to the point where I felt like anything that I could do on my 2 feet, within reason, like I'm not about to go riding over that tree there, I could do on these 2 wheels. And I just did that for a good while. And it took an enormous amount of pressure off. And it really did leave me feeling like I was actually somewhat competent. I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination on this thing. But it's kind of like, if you can get around in the bush on two wheels, can't even get it in neutral, then you can probably manage some slow U-turns out on the road for your riding instructor. So if you're ever looking for the best way to teach a girl to ride, this is it. I don't know where I am going, but I will just keep going. Prickle bushes. Hope you guys have been doing okay. I know I say it often, but I kind of feel like I can't really stress it enough. If you can, take the time to get out of your closed in, built up, suburban living and find a little spot in nature that you can retreat to, because it's wild out there. And when you're in it, when you're in the thick of it for an extended period of time, it can be very easy to miss how being out there in the wild can be slowly eroding you, slowly eating away at you. And it's only when you get out of it, when you really get away from it and you really have time and space to breathe and to calm your nervous system and to settle back into your body and to clear your mind and to reset your emotions and kind of disentangle from everyone and everything else and release all of the stuff that you're carrying around, because you're carrying around a whole bunch of stuff with you right now that's not actually originating from within you. You're an energetic being. Like, science has proved this now, right? Like, all matter is just energy slowed down to such a low vibration that it appears to be solid. So that means that you're in a constant state of communion and energetic exchange with everyone and everything around you. What do you think fills the air around you? Where does your Wi-Fi come from? How do we send instant messages from one side of the world to the other side of the world? What's filling the airwaves? What's filling the space around you electronically? It's full, and that is having an impact on you, but not just electronically, energetically. There's mental thought forms flying around just as real as the Wi-Fi signal, feeling the air and feeling the space around you. And when all the people around you are depressed and they're angry and they're fed up and they're anxious and they're worrying about materialistic pursuits and they don't want to go to work and they're really deeply immersed in the humdrum of human life and human living, then you can bet your ass that it's grating on you mentally. You've got like a mental antenna that's picking up on all of this stuff. And you might think that it's you, and maybe to some degree it is you, but maybe a lot of what's happening in your mind, a lot of the thoughts that you're having are actually happening around you and outside of you, and you're picking it up, you're absorbing this as though it is your own. Same with emotional baggage. If you're surrounded by either outrageous, or not outrageously, but highly emotional people or emotionally numbed out people, you can bet your ass that emotionally that's taking its toll on you. It's rubbing off on you. It's the same physically. You're absorbing physically as well. And when you're just in it all the time, it's like the frog that's, you can't throw a frog into boiling water because it'll just hop its way back out. It'll realize that it's boiling. But if you put the frog in cold water and you slowly bring it up to a simmer and slowly bring it up to a boil, it's not going to realize that it's in boiling water. And it's the same out there. I know it's not everyone has the freedom that I do. Not everyone has the opportunity to experience and have their existence in a place like this in the way that I do. I know how blessed I am, and you bet I am grateful every moment of every day for the way that I get to live. So I'm not saying that it's necessarily easy for everyone. I know for some of you it's not easy to get away from where you are. It's not easy to find even natural places that are actually accessible. A lot of them have been wiped out. But if you can, and when you can, do go, not to escape your life or run away from your life, and not to place a band-aid over how you're feeling and temporarily soothe whatever turmoil or experiences you're having. It's not about running away. It's not about getting away from. It's not about dumping your stuff in nature so that you feel better. It's not going into nature and taking a great big dump in her so that you feel good again. It's not that. You go and you let yourself really feel how you're feeling. You really relinquish and release everything that's not yours, and then be fully present with everything that is going on for you, and take the time to process through, to energetically cleanse, clear, and reset yourself. And meditation is the way to do that. Meditation is the way to get back in touch with yourself. It's the way to clear your mind. It's the way to clear through your emotional in tray, feel everything that's been going on for you, heal and reset your body, absorb the frequency of nature, which is a healing frequency for us. It's like a Wi-Fi signal that actually transmits healing through the body rather than transmitting chaos and madness and disease through the body. It brings the cells back into alignment. It actually has a direct and immediate impact on the red blood cells in your body, causing them to separate back out and to become rounded again rather than being all clumped together and mushed and coagulated. So there are immediate biological, emotional, mental, psychological, and spiritual gains, or spiritual medicines, medicinal offerings that nature has for us. So take your shoes off. I've got shoes on right now, but usually they're off if I'm in nature. Take your shoes off, put your feet on natural earth, get on some grass, get on some soil. At a very minimum, if you can't escape all the way out into nature. And then when you can, do yourself a favor, take a break, check in with yourself, reconnect, get clear about where your edges are, where your boundaries are, what's yours, what isn't yours, and get really clear about the kind of person that you do want to be. So it becomes very easy to dismiss the harrowing and harmful thoughts and emotions that are just floating around in mass consciousness, and that will very easily swoop you up and carry you along and be absorbed into you if you aren't consciously and deliberately choosing what you do and what you do not allow. So I don't mean to put like fear of God into you. I'm not meaning to make this a message that makes you anxious about being out there in the world. What I'm trying to tell you is that you are empowered and you are free. You do have the freedom. You have free will. Every human has free will. You don't always get to choose what's happening to you physically, but you always get to choose how it impacts you. You always get to choose whether it leaves a mark or a scar on you. You get to choose how you respond. You get to choose how you bring yourself. You get to choose what your next move is going to be. You get to choose how things impact you and if things are allowed to impact you as well. You get to choose what you stand for, and you get to energetically, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, and to some degree physically create that reality for yourself. But you've got to be clear about what it is that you are choosing and what it is that you do want, so that the things that you do not want to be choosing and that you don't want are not chosen for you by default because you weren't present and you weren't taking up that mantelpiece when you really should have been. So get really clear. It might feel like a fight, and that's because it kind of is a fight. We're kind of in a battle as a humanity right now for our own souls, for our own sovereignty, for our own freedom, for our own love. And battle times are always difficult. They always require effort. And perhaps rather than being a physical battle like battles in the past where we've gone to physical war, perhaps more than being a physical battle, the battle that we're in is a psychological, spiritual, emotional, and mental battle. So do what you can to take care of yourselves. The fight is real. So if it's feeling like you're battling every day, it's because but the best way to support yourself through these battling and trying times is to get really, really clear about what you are choosing and what you do want, so that it makes it really clear and obvious what you're saying no to. And then by saying yes to the things that you do want, know that you are kind of by default refusing and saying no to the things that you don't want. Sometimes we have the opportunity to physically say no and to set boundaries and to stand up for something or to stand against something, but we don't always physically have that opportunity. So we just have to do what we can emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So be your own best friend, take care of yourself, look after yourselves, do the things that uplift your spirit, fill your lives with people that are on a similar wavelength to you and people that you help to feel and that cause you to feel more capable, more loving, more united. And let's choose some joy and let's choose some love together. And if you can't escape to paradise, enjoy me existing in and sharing paradise with you. So, this is my new helmet that we're trying out today. Isn't she a bloody beauty? Rock. I have a lot of ear piercings, so I always have to kind of fold my ears into my helmet. I hope to have many adventures in this helmet. It's got a perfectly good electric start, but let's kick it once, as usual. Sun is setting over there. Okay, well, that's it from me today. Doing a test run, letting you guys know that I'm still alive, still riding, still got more to come. Thank you very much for joining me on this little adventure. Just take up the whole road, buddy. I will see you next time. Goodbye and take care of yourselves. You're worth it. And despite the struggle, it's worth being awake. It's worth giving a shit. It's worth caring about more than just your own personal gain. All right, goodbye.